Hello and welcome to a quick tutorial video on how we can simplify fractions. So the purpose of simplifying fractions is basically so we can take a rather complex looking fraction and then rewrite it with simpler numbers. So here, for example, I have an example of a couple of fractions. The first one we look at is this one here where we have 18/30. So already that's quite hard to picture. We can't really know what we would do a fraction like that. So what we want to do is basically make it simpler for us by making the numbers smaller whilst keeping it the same size. So the first thing we want to do is we want to see if there are any common factors in both the numerator and the denominator. So we're looking for numbers which will divide into them. We can see instantly they're both even, so therefore we know that 2 has to be a common factor, so we can divide them both by 2. Now, for keeping them the same size, the golden rule is whatever we do to the top, we must do to the bottom as well. So we divide these numbers by 2, 18 divided by 2 becomes 9, and 30 divided by 2 becomes 15. So already it's looking a lot simpler, but can it be simplified further? Well, if there are further common factors other than 1, then yes, we can simplify it further. In this case, we can see that 3 is going to be a common factor, so we therefore divide both by 3, which will give us a fraction of 3/5. And at this point, well, they're both prime numbers, they have no common factors besides 1, and so 3/5 is our simplified fraction. Let's look at another example. So here we have 16/24. Again, bit hard to understand, and of course we can go for the simplifying method. Now, a quick way to speed this up is if we can look for the highest common factor in the numerator and the denominator. So if we look at 16/24, well, we've got 1, 2, 4, but the highest common factor is 8, so they both feature in the 8 times table. Therefore, we're going to jump straight in and divide both of these by 8, and this will give us 2/3. And there we have it, our simplified fraction, far simpler than 2/3 simpler than 16/24. The thing to remember with maths is that we always want to make things as easy for ourselves as possible. And as you can see, we've got simpler fractions, makes it easier. Thank you.